Because that's his favorite right now.
Don't make.
Oh, there you go.
Shit.
Or I've demonstrated sufficient judgment.
That's, well.
Is there such a thing? Not up here.
No, what I mean is, like, it's not like I
9
don't
times
share.
out of 10.
I share some pretty personal shit. It's just
My favorite or your favorite?
this particular one.
Yeah, Joe be like prison in a moment a little bit.
Just Joe?
And then, that's a good point.
He asked you though. Like answer.
Oh no, not just Joe.
Okay.
Other people up here do that.
I wasn't talking about up here.
Oh.
Yeah, not up here.
Oh, my bad. I
Not
think
up here,
in
Lord.
general.
Not up here,
Life.
Lord.
No, I'm talking about watching it.
Not up here, Lord.
That's what I'm talking about. 'Cause we've seen this happen 7 to 8 times.
That was hate too.
It's not hate. Observation.
It's still hate.
Observation.
Well, you gotta observe first before you hate. What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. I haven't quite been able to get over Ice saying what he said. And initially I took it as a shot towards me and people like me. But then I started thinking deeper on it. What is the cast resentment towards Marc? Why can't Marc just be great and that just be that? And then I had to think even further. Joe is the reason that the cast always turns amongst themselves. If every time somebody performs great, it's acknowledged by the boss in such a public display like he does on the podcast, there's going to be resentment that follows. There's going to be antipathy that follows. So I can't be mad anymore at what I said. I just got to break it down. Marc is doing a great job. And eventually, we're going to stop seeing him as great because he's going to do it enough times to... And you surpass consistency when you do it enough times. It's expected. So he's going to be good to the point where it's just expected from him. And when he doesn't bring it, we're going to turn on him, quote unquote. Because that's what we did with Joe Budden himself. This is why his views aren't getting to 500,000 on YouTube. But we can't allow the cast to turn on Marc because then we'll lose the best addition to the show in years and years. And since Ice wants to speak on it like that, when Flip and Melissa came, we were hyped because we were nervous in the direction that the Joe Budden podcast was going when it was just you, Ish, and Joe. And occasionally Parks. When Flip and Melissa came, they boosted it up. Flip brought the energy that was so dire needed. We needed that type of energy because it was getting lackluster, it was getting stagnant. Melissa came, and because of her Patreon episode, we were super ecstatic for Melissa to come because we thought we were going to start getting a female voice that was going to just be one of the guys. A beautiful woman that was still going to be able to mingle and coexist with men. That's what we thought we were receiving with Melissa. We turned on Flip when we started seeing that his antics isn't just shtick. This is really how he is. Like, damn, this nigga is really just belligerent like this. And he's quote unquote getting better, but then this last episode showed that no, he's not. He's still the same person. And that started annoying a lot of people. So people turned on Flip. We turned on Melissa because she showed her true colors, and a lot of people aren't rocking with that. She came on with under the guise that she was a woman's woman or a girl's girl or whatever the terminology is. And then she quickly showed that she wasn't for any of y'all. She wasn't for her friends. She wasn't for her fans. She wasn't for females that she saw on the street. She's for none of that. None of it. She's for self. So a lot of people turned on Melissa. When Marc came, it was the jolt that this podcast needed. He brought all the elements that we anticipated from each and every one of y'all in one person. It culminated all in one person, and it's still here. But now I'm starting to notice things that Marc is doing, holding back, like I told him to a couple of episodes, and I wish I didn't, because I'm seeing him hold back now. I'm seeing him take the emotions of the co-host into concern, and it is affecting how he's potting. I'm seeing him hold back on the stories. I'm seeing him hold back on the initial reason that we loved him. So if the decline or the turn against Marc happens, these are the reasons why. It's not just because it's a phase. It's not just because this is the fans and the audience and we're fickle and we can't. No, nigga, no. There's reasons these things happen. If you don't want it to happen again, Or if you don't want to be the part of something again, you have to step out of your way to be acknowledged more than what you are currently. Because I have been trying to give you credit. I've been trying to say you the music nigga. I've been trying to say that you begin better at taking jokes. But outside of those two things, what is it that you even acknowledged for, sir? Niggas can't joke on you because you're too sensitive. Niggas can't step on your music taste because you have the right to your opinion and you try to usurp everyone else's opinion when it comes to certain music. Can't involve you in really anything else because you aren't well versed in the world enough to speak on any of these other things. Notice you're the moderator when it comes to all these other topics. These are the reasons that channels like this exist and that they're able to quote unquote thrive, or they're able to get consistent viewership every single day we post. Because we're solely speaking on the things that we feel y'all can get better on, and y'all choose not to listen to us time and time and time and time again. The views should show you that. But why would they focus on the views? Why would they focus on any of this when their pockets are getting lined every single month? And then they'll look at Joe and say, oh my God, Joe is hard to work for because this is how he treats us. I'm not saying they're saying these things. I'm saying this is how they're feeling, quote unquote. Everything's speculative. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They'll get mad at Joe for feeling this way, but won't acknowledge why Joe is feeling this way. Of course, Joe wants all the power in the world that comes with ownership. But none of the current co-hosts outside of Flip are even fighting over ownership with him. So why is it that he's still frustrated? Because that was the reason he was frustrated at Rory and Mal, was because they wanted a part of the business. They signed for equity stake and they weren't receiving it. So that was their frustrations, and that's why they can no longer coexist. But this new set of co-hosts, none of y'all had those same issues. So why is it that Joe is still frustrated with how the product is coming out? But then you'll sit here and say, you'll have these throwaway lines towards us like it's our fault that y'all are in the predicament that y'all are in, or that the fans are turning against y'all. No, we're still diehard fans of the JVP, so we're going to tune in until it just turns into complete shit or it does a 180 and it gets better. And it's seemingly getting better with the addition of Marc Lamont Hill, but every single one of y'all keeps pointing at Marc Lamont Hill like something that he's doing is wrong, instead of doing what Imani initially said and get better as a result of him being a better podcaster. But y'all, the antipathy's starting to show, and no one is going to acknowledge it. Everybody's going to point fingers at everybody else, and then they're going to make Marc feel a certain type of way solely because he's doing what he's paid to do. He's giving up personal stories. He's coming with the funnies. He's coming with the serious topics. He's participating in every single topic. Marc was only supposed to be here one Wednesday out of the week. That's it. Just one episode out of the 4 that we receive every week. We were only supposed to see Marc. And now he's on 3 out of the 4, and it might turn to 4 out of the 4 with how Joe is feeling. And somehow that's our fault, or somehow that's Marc's fault. God damn, I was just talking about how Matt Hoffa didn't take any accountability. I don't want to have to do a breakdown on why none of the people that are currently on the show outside of Marc and Parks take any accountability for what the fuck is happening with the current product. So, excuse me for my long soliloquy / rant / tirade. It's just certain people say things and it's always going to frustrate me and it's always going to piss me off. But instead of just retorting with my response and being frustrated, let me start breaking this shit down as to why we feel this way. That's something that we can do that clearly y'all can't. And I saw Danny's video today. Shout out to the stop. He was speaking on the edits. I hate that y'all can throw shots at certain people all day till y'all are purple in the face. But when it comes to certain other people that y'all supposedly have relationships with or want relationships with, y'all will bleep the hell out of their names. Is it because of lawsuits? It can't be that, because y'all are saying salacious things about other people. Y'all pick the safe people to throw shots at. Y'all pick all the big targets that everyone is shooting at to shoot at. You think it's not cool for everyone to shoot at Drake, especially after what he just went through last year? You think it's not cool to shoot at the older white greats? You pick easy targets, but the people that you actually have plex with or the people that you actually share stories with, you don't want to give up any information about it, but you'll tell the whole story on the platform. I get what Danny's saying. Why the fuck even partially include us in the story at all if you don't want to tell us anything about it? But then y'all won't come up on any topics of your own, because without your personal influence on this pod, y'all are just reality or reactionary channels. The same thing I was about to get on Matt Hoffa for. Yeah, that's all y'all are. Y'all just pick up topics that we see on social media ourselves, and then y'all give y'all opinion on it. It is what it is, but stop acting like y'all are above and beyond, and y'all are doing everything that y'all need to not receive these critiques from us as fans or the audience, or people that pay $25 and up dollars every single month. Yes, we're gonna have some type of ownership, and not real ownership, but nigga, we pay your salary, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. So we're gonna critique the shit out of you, good, bad, and indifferent. It ain't a wave. It isn't happen every. No. We speak on the inclusions and why we're happy for them, and for whatever reason y'all turn against that because y'all get fed up as the cast. So if Marc Lamont Hill starts coming out with terrible podcasts, I'm gonna look at all y'all in y'all direction, because yes, Imani and Marc did get into a scuffle, but I kind of had to take ownership in that because I'm the one telling Imani to stand up for himself. I speak on everyone to stand up for themselves. Everyone. I don't want anybody to get chastised constantly. No. So it's unfortunate that people that are watching the show influence the show. We should be subsex. We should not even have been introduced to the spaces with these niggas. None of that, because they get too influenced by the things we say and do. When celebrity niggas don't pay attention to the fans. You have to pay to see me. You have to pay to get this content, and I'm hiring somebody to conduct all these pages, so we don't have to pay attention to shit like that. But this shit is long-winded. Let me just get my thoughts out the way. I appreciate y'all if y'all stayed to the end of this video. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, please subscribe to the page. Love to have you back for another video. Might come out with another late drop. I can't lie. Somebody said in the comments, and I agree wholeheartedly, that most of my audience is getting off of work and unwinding at these times. We're going to see if it was a fluke, or we're going to see if that's the real deal. Got to put pen to paper, baby. But as always, I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Be safe. Peace.